Modules are used to organize Canvas content by weeks, units, chapters, or whatever organizational structure works best for your Canvas course. With modules, you are essentially creating a one-stop shop for students to access content and activities and providing a sequential flow that is easy for students to follow. Once you create modules, you can add content items, set prerequisites, and add requirements. To begin, go to the course navigation and click on the modules link, which will take you to the modules page. Click on Add a Module and give your module a name. Click Add Module to save it. By default, the new module will be added to the bottom of the module page, but it can easily be reorganized for student access. First thing we need to do is add content. So we're going to click on the Add Item icon. You'll notice in the Add box that assignment is the first item listed. To change that, you can click on the arrow, and you will notice that you can also add quizzes, files, pages, discussions, and other items directly within the module. So if you want to add a new assignment, you're going to click on New Assignment and give that assignment a name. And then click on Add Item. This will only save the title that you have given it. The next step is to click on the title, click on Edit, and add details in the Rich Content Editor box. You may notice by the title, Abby Sunderland Module Details, that I'm just giving the students a few sentences about their research subject, Abby Sunderland, and a list of the items they're going to complete in the module. Because students will not submit anything in this assignment, I want to make sure the points are set to 0 and the submission type says no submission before going to the bottom of the page, where I'm going to choose to click on Save as I'm just beginning to create my module and I'm not ready for students to see it. This beginning module is just going to provide a little information for students before they actually begin their research. So I've decided that I would like to add a video. I'm going to go back to modules. I'm going to click on the Add Item icon, and in the Add box, I'm going to select an external URL. Now, prior to creating the module, I've looked through videos on YouTube and I found one that will fit my purpose. It will provide just enough information about the subject without guiding students to view this attempt by Abby Sunderland to sail around the world as either good or bad. So I'm going to add it by clicking on Share, and I'm going to copy the URL. So I'm going to navigate back to that Canvas page where I'm going to paste the URL in the box. I'm also going to select the same title that the author of the video gave it. I'm going to copy that from YouTube, and that's going to be the page name. I don't want students to navigate away from Canvas, so I'm going to load my video in a new tab. And I'm going to indent it one level just to make it stand out a little bit. And I'm going to click on Add Item. So for this very short module, I have added details and I have added a video. The next thing I want to do is to create a module using assignments that I have already created. So I'm going to go back to the top of the page and click on Add a Module. And I'm going to give it a name, Research and Write an Argumentative Essay, and I'm going to add the module. As I said previously, all new modules will be added to the bottom of the page, but a little bit later we'll look at how we can reorganize these modules so that they're in a better place for students to access them. So now I'm going to click on the Add Item icon, and I'm going to go back to Assignment. And this time I want to add assignments that I've already created. I know their final product is probably one I created last or first because it's near the top. So I'm going to select that and I'm going to scroll down and I can see that the other parts are below module details. Because they're not sequential, I'm going to hold the control key down and I can select multiple items that I want to add at the same time. So I know that I want parts 1 through 4 as well as the final argumentative essay assignment. I'm not going to indent anything at this point, but I'm going to click on Add Items to add them to my new module. So far we've looked at how we can add new items to a module and how we can add existing items to a module. You'll notice that these items are probably not in the order that I want students to do them because we would not expect students to write an essay before they do their research. And as you can see, parts 1, 2, 3, and 4 are not in the proper order either. So let me show you how you can rearrange these items. You can click on the More Options icon and click on the Move To. In that menu, you will need to select the module that you are working in. And I will need to tell it that I want the essay to be last, so I want it moved to the bottom before clicking on Move. The other way to move items is to simply drag and drop them by clicking and holding the dots to the left of the assignment title and moving them into the proper position. So it does make most sense to have students do part 1 before they do parts 2, 3, 4, and then the final argumentative essay. I think I also want to make the final argumentative essay assignment stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to click on the More Options button, and I'm going to increase the indent so that the 4 parts are flush with the left side, and the final argumentative essay is indented 1 level. Okay. From this modules page, I can also change settings to the entire module by clicking on the More Options icon. I can move contents, I can move the entire module, I can delete it, and I can even duplicate it. To duplicate a module, you will click on the duplicate icon and it will copy everything that's within the module to a brand new module. The only thing it will not copy is a classic Canvas quiz and an external tool with information. Okay, but at this point, I don't want to duplicate it, so just wanted to show you that feature. Okay. All right, let's take a look now at adding some text headers. Text headers help to distinguish between different parts of a module, so you may want to add those throughout a module to make it easier for students to understand what they are going to do. So I'm going to click on the Add Items icon, and I'm going to select a text header and give it a title. I'm not going to indent it. Okay. It will add it to the bottom of the list, but I simply need to drag and drop it. Okay. I want that flush, and now I've decided that I probably need to indent items that students are going to complete in this section of the module. So I want to make sure that they understand there are 4 components that they need to complete. I'm going to add another text editor or text header called Pre-Writing. And I'm going to drag and drop that between parts 1, 2, and 3 for assignments and part 4, the pre-writing. I probably need to add 1 more text header, so I'm going to go back to the Add Item icon and add Final Essay, which I do not want to indent. And then I'm going to drag it above Abby Sunderland Final Argumentative Essay. Okay. Please Please keep in mind as you're adding assignments to modules that they will still exist in the assignment section of your Canvas course. So if I go back to assignments, you will see the final argumentative essay assignment is there, the module details, parts 1, 2, 3, and 4, but they're not in any particular order. That's the beauty of using modules, is that assignment simply gives a list of everything that I've ever created in this course, but modules gives it a nice, neat organization and does make it easier for students to work through the process of, in this case, researching and writing an argumentative essay. The last thing I need to do if I'm ready for students to go through the module is to publish the module and the assignments. So if I simply go through here and publish just the assignments and not the module, students will not be able to see it. So please keep in mind that both the module and its contents must be published for students to see.